Hello, everybody. How's it going out there? So, my name is Michelle. I'm the Groove Chick, or I'm also West Coast Groove Chick, depending on how you know me. I'm just doing a quick sound check today because I have something very exciting starting tomorrow on my sort of new YouTube channel. So, as you may have seen in my Instagram and Facebook posts, I'm starting a little bit of a project, and I've recruited two really cool people to kind of be part of this with me. So the project is called What It Takes, and it's all about the stage and performing and what it's like to be a musician kind of preparing for a live performance. So a lot of us think about music as this thing that you practice and then you just sort of get up on stage and it all just comes together. But truthfully, all of the musicians out there know that it's really not that easy. And so there are a lot of different steps that go into it. Most of us tend to focus on, the vocal training and the instrumental training and sort of memorizing songs and, becoming a little bit confident on stage. And I think we're all kind of familiar with those steps. But for a lot of us, and I say us because this is very much including me, I found over the past 20 odd years that I've been sort of on different sides of the music industry, I've just found that it can be a little stressful to get on stage. And so it's one thing to prep and love the rehearsal. And then sometimes you get on stage and either you freeze or all of a sudden you feel so vulnerable that you're not really sure how to be up there. I don't know if you guys are like me, but if you are, the dry mouth, the sweaty palms. I mean, my God, there's a little bit of that right now just talking to you on here. So I guess what I want to do is I want to show what it takes to love performing and to love being on stage, not just what it takes to perform. So I found these two talented people. Elliot Slynn is one of them, Taylor Desiree is another. And so they are musicians in the Vancouver community, and they are at very different levels of music. They work on different styles of music. I would say that they have different approaches, and they've been doing it for a different amount of time. But what I love about these two is that they've agreed to come live with me right here on YouTube, and they've agreed to actually let all of you witness their journey, essentially from our first meeting tomorrow. It starts Sunday night, 7 p.m., right here on this YouTube channel, Pacific time. And we're going to follow them for 4 weeks. And we're going to talk about vocal training, and we're going to talk about, stage coaching, how to be your most confident self on stage. We're going to choose songs, sometimes covers, sometimes originals, depending on what each of the artists want to do. But ultimately, what I want to go through with them and what I really want to talk about with them is what are their fears about being on stage? What are the things that maybe have made them hesitate to do a lot of performing so far? I know that for the last 2 years, COVID's been kind of a thing. So obviously, COVID has had a lot to do with all of us being away from the stage. But in general, even for myself, I would say that I've avoided doing a lot of performing. In my earlier life, I did a lot. So I sort of grew up as a piano and trumpet player, and I was actually a classical trumpet player for years. Went to university, did a classical performance trumpet degree. And then I came out of school and I needed a break from music. It was pretty intense for me. And so I took some time off and did some other things. About 10 years ago, I moved to Vancouver and I started my business here, which is Groove Chick Studios and or West Coast Groove Chick on Instagram. And I teach everybody. I teach vocalists, I teach pianists, I teach brass players. But my favorite thing is I love doing vocal and performance stage coaching and really finding artists who are kind of ready to take that step, but they're not sure what to do and how to get there. So the best thing about this is that over the course of all this coaching, I've actually developed quite an interest in singing myself, and I've started writing a bit of my own music, and I've discovered that I really want to perform. And it's very different from when you're performing as part of an orchestra or even as part of a rock band, which I've done, a little bit on the side. It's one thing when you're sort of in a group and you build off of each other's energy and you can kind of do that. But when you're by yourself and you walk up to that stage and it's empty and there's kind of that light shining down and you can sort of hear the shuffles in the audience, it can be really scary to get up there and sort of bare your soul to the world. Part of it, I think, for me is I want to train artists to really think about who they want to be, not necessarily as performers, although obviously that comes into it, but what are the things that they want to share with the world? What are the things that they feel strongly about? What are there causes that they believe in? Is there a personal journey that they've been on that really informs who they've become and the kind of music that they're drawn to? And so if an artist has written their own music, of course, that's something I definitely want to help them promote and sort of bring to the people. But also, I want to talk a little bit about cover music because cover songs are incredible. And there's something so beautiful about hearing a song done by, a particular band or a particular artist, feeling something about that piece of music, and then really spending time with it and creating your own version of it, something that speaks just to you with everything that you've been through. And so with Taylor and Elliot starting tomorrow night, I'm excited because we're going to pick music together. We're going to find out who they are as people, who they are on the inside. And then we're really going to talk. Yes, we're going to do a little bit of training, and they're going to do all that in front of you. You're going to get to watch them do, vocal coaching, and we're going to talk about songs and tabs and how you're going to edit your performance and how you're going to be on stage. But more than that, what I really want to go with them and what I really want to do with them is talk about who they are and how they can actually love and embrace the part of performance that's really walking up on stage and saying, hey, this is me. Unabashedly, this is me. This is not the me that maybe you knew when I was growing up. This is not the me that you know at work. There's this part of us, I think, that's on the inside that everybody has that very few people get to know. And I've been on my own journey of growth, I guess, where I've realized that a lot of the parts of myself that I've put out in the public over the last however many years have been parts of me, but they haven't really been maybe what I would call like the core of me, the person who I am when no one's looking, when I'm just alone with my thoughts. And for me, it's a pretty heavy, dark place. There's a lot of emotion there. I've always been a very emotional person. And lately, I've really tried to start embracing that, write about it, understand the parts of myself that I don't necessarily want to be there, and kind of really appreciate who I am way deep down. And so I would love to bring Taylor and Elliot on this journey where they can also really get a sense of who they are on the inside and then sort of choose songs and start to practice what it's going to be like to get on stage and just be completely yourself and tell the world who you are, and not just tell the world, but show the world through the music that you choose, through the way you sing and the kinds of arrangements that you choose to create, even of just cover songs. So what I'm most excited about, I know them each a little bit, but I think there's going to be a lot that you'll get to see over the next few weeks that's underneath all the layers that you might know on social media, or even if you know them well outside of music. I feel like music gives you a chance to really be who you are and bring everyone into this moment with you where you can all just have this feeling together and kind of celebrate it together. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. I've never done it on YouTube, which is why I'm doing all these sound checks today. So I'm kind of just like testing out all the mics and testing out the sound. I'm sure everything will go wrong tomorrow, but either way, I'm kind of excited about it. So if you're watching this and you're watching it before the 21st of November, please join us on Sunday, November 21st, 7:00 p.m. right here at the at West Coast Groove Chick on YouTube, Pacific time, of course. We're in Vancouver here. I would love to have you join me tomorrow when we meet Taylor and when we meet Elliot, find out a little bit about them and really start their journey with them. And so for the next 4 Sunday nights, we're going to be following them through vocal coaching, performance coaching, stage coaching, vulnerability training, what it's like to get up there, what you're going to feel, and then also what you want to say and what you want people to know and how you want to connect with an audience. And I think that as you learn how to connect with an audience and you learn what you really want to say and what you want them to feel and how you want to sort of share in the moments that you create, I really do believe that that is where the love of music, the love of performing comes from. It's not about putting on the perfect performance where every song is in tune and every note is in place and you don't miss any chords. To me, it's a lot more about who you are on stage and what you share with your audience about yourself, and then how you can sort of pick up on their energy and share in it with them. And so it sort of becomes this beautiful kind of communal moment where everything just fades away and you're just feeling the same thing at the same time. And so I can't wait to bring them into this. And then eventually in 4 weeks, we are going to be performing live. And I'm very much hoping to stream that as well from Hipposonic Studios right here in Vancouver, just a few blocks from my apartment. And I'm really excited for you to watch their transformation over the next few weeks and then actually get on stage and put into practice all of the things that we're going to be working on over the next few weeks. So thanks again. I'm Michelle. I'll see you tomorrow night. And I can't wait for you to share the journey that these two are about to go